Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
Live from the 48th Annual State Run of the Lone Star Street Rod Association at Hewlett Park in Granbury, Texas, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, we talk to more hot rodders here at today's event. Later, we'll look at the stories making automotive news headlines, including a little feature from Konrad. I believe we're going to do the car clinic in this hour. It's all coming up. Howdy along with Mike Mars, King Konrad DeLong. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong, and let's not forget our chief engineer who's with us today here in Granbury, the fabulous, famous David Ainsley. Yeah. So thank you, David, for being here and for fixing the camera that
almost blew away.
Almost blew away. So there's that. Okay, Mr. Mars, we have a guest.
Yes, sir, we do. This is Mr. Ben Danford with his 1934 Buick Series 61. Now, this thing looks like it's got a lot of original, but it's not.
Well,
it's a hot rod.
He's lost his mic sock.
Well, I had an extra one out here, but I don't know where it went.
Do you have it? Here you go. Pass that along, please. There you go. The music, thank you so much. It's okay. Well, we've had a little, I know. It's okay. We got this. We're on a remote facility here, you know. Have you been eating any of that popcorn? Not yet. Okay. Well, we're going to try that. There you go.
Wait
All
till
right.
the show.
You want to try the intro again, Mr. Mars?
Ben Danford with his Danford.
Hello, Ben.
Danford.
Hi.
1935 Buick Series 61.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm waiting for somebody with, the gangster fedora.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sir, that is absolutely a stunningly beautiful gangster car. The only thing that tips it off that it's a hot rod are the wheels. And I love it. And I also truly appreciate the chrome on it.
I'm thinking Elliott Ness.
It's all original except for the running gear, the motor, the transmission, the rear.
And so let's go with that.
The body is totally original.
Wow. Well, it's not the original paint job, I can tell you that.
No, it's not.
So what has it got under the hood?
It's got a 427 Chevrolet. I came out of a vet.
Oh, wow.
A 427 in it. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Is it carbureted?
Yes.
Carbureted 427. Old school.
Old school.
Love that. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
So when did you get into hot rodding?
Oh, shoot. Right after I graduated high school.
I was going to fill that in for you.
Yeah, and I've been with the Lone Star Run Association since 94.
Yep.
1994.
Nice. So you've been there for a while. Now, where do you live?
I live in Waco, Texas.
Okay,
right
so you're not that far away.
No, I'm right up the street.
Well, that's good. Yeah, did you drive it up here?
Yes.
With the trailer?
With the trailer.
I love the trailer hitch on it as well.
And the wheels that match.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Those kind of cars didn't have
coordinated.
much trunk room back in those days.
It's got a bustle back trunk.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can put a couple of shirts and a pair of pants in there, and that's about it.
Yeah, no
Now,
doubt.
I've driven that car all the way to Louisville, Kentucky, and back about 3 times.
Really?
I bet you
Yeah.
it attracts a lot of attention on the highway.
Oh, yes. And with the long wheelbase, it rides real smooth, too.
Yeah. Rides like a cat.
And it's got a huge back seat, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is it like more along the lines of like a living room sofa back there in the back?
I'm afraid so.
No, don't be afraid of
and
it.
I like
It'll put you to sleep.
the rear suicide door, too. I like
Yes.
that.
And it's got a beautiful leather interior.
Oh, yeah.
Now, did you buy the car like this, or did you do this yourself?
No, I've redone it. When I bought the car, it was running. Now, I've redone everything except the upholstery. I've repainted it. I've redone the motor, the transmission, and the rear end.
Well, listen, I'll be the first to admit I am not an upholstery man.
Me neither.
And I know some people that do upholstery, and they are truly talented and gifted in a way
yes.
I am not.
It's fantastic.
The
But
rest of
when
it,
you
when you say you painted it, you did it yourself? You had it done?
No,
or-
I had it done.
Okay.
I'm not a painter.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when you pulled in, the first time you pulled in, everybody stopped to look at the car.
You're
It's
actually next to
gorgeous.
you're in the hotel next to us.
Right.
You parked it a lot, like across 3 lane or 3.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I saw that this morning.
Yes.
Because you ain't getting that in a parking
No.
spot.
Now it takes up about 3 spaces with the trailer.
Yeah.
2 without the trailer.
You did a good job with it. I saw that.
Thank you.
What is that, about 40 feet long?
I've never measured it, but it's pretty long.
Yeah, I bet it rides like a dream.
Yes, fantastic.
Yeah.
A lot of old cars back in the 30s and the 20s, short wheelbase, they rode kind of choppy like.
Right.
But if you get the ones that are longer, it rides smoother.
Now, has this thing got the original chassis underneath it?
Yes,
Frame and stuff.
original frame, except I took the front end from all the way across and had a modern day front end built and put under there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because, yeah.
I tried to install ride with the original front end, but it just wouldn't work. I replaced all the parts on the original front end, but it still didn't ride good for me.
Yeah.
I'm used to a certain kind of a ride.
Sure.
But
And that's a heck of a ride.
Yes, it is.
It's breathtakingly beautiful.
it rides
fact-
great.
And it's cool because it's a Buick,
yes.
as opposed to everybody does the old Fords and
Chevrolets.
Chevys. Yeah.
That's another thing. In this part of the country, that's all you're going to find in old cars and Fords and Chevrolets. But when you go up north and Louisiana, Illinois and up around there, you find the bigger cars. I don't know if it was because of the people or what, but they had bigger cars up there than they had in the
Gangsters.
South.
So
Gangsters.
how did you find this car?
I looked it up in the Auto Trader and called the guy, and then I took a plane fare up there and looked at it and drove it, and I liked it. And he was ready to get rid of it, so he
Bought
had
it, trailered it back, or drove it back?
No, they shipped it back. They shipped it to me in a van and stuff.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Did you grow up in Waco?
Wait a minute. I was born in Los Angeles, but I was raised in Waco. I guess we moved back here when I was about 3 or 4 years old.
What did you do once you got out of high school for a living?
I went to work for HUD, Federal Housing and Urban.
Urban
Yeah.
Housing and Urban Development.
Yes,
Yeah.
as an architect. And I graduated Prairie View as an architect, and went to work for them, and enjoyed it.
So you designed public housing.
Yes,
Nice.
did a lot of inspections. I had a 5-state territory: Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Louisiana.
Wow. So you were busy back in the day. I assume you're
Oh, yeah.
retired now.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I've been retired for about 20 years.
And there is your project.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like old cars. I've always liked old cars.
I think you're in the right spot here.
Yeah.
Liking these old cars.
No doubt.
Well, and Mike says that you are also Street Rodder of the Year.
Yeah, this year here.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Back
Thank
in
you.
December, the association selected him as Street Rodder of the Year for all his participation, his vehicle, his support of the sport of street rodding.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
I've enjoyed street riding. You meet a lot of nice people,
Yes.
and
very much so.
and it's everywhere.
So do you go on these by yourself, or do you bring family or friends
No,
with
I got
you,
my
or-
wife with me, and
Okay.
my grandson and my son.
Oh, how
They're
cool
with
is
me.
that?
Yeah, they're all with me today, and my wife won't let me go by myself.
Oh,
What, she doesn't trust you or what?
She don't trust me.
He might come home with another car.
That's it.
Yeah.
a couple.
Do you ever show that in like the Dallas Autorama or anything?
I used to, not that one, but ones I had before that.
Oh, you've had more.
Oh yeah, I've had about 3 or 4 different cars.
Is this your favorite?
Yes, and I got a '64 Impala Super Sport, just like that one there. It's red on the outside and white on the inside.
Oh, cool.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Real
In that shape too,
desirable
right?
car.
In that shape? I mean.
Oh
body
yeah,
is all-
restored.
oh,
Yes, it's in good shape. I drive it anywhere too.
You say, I bet you that attracts a lot of attention.
Yeah,
So when you selling that one?
I can't sell either one of them because I promised that to
his
my
son and his
wife,
grandson.
and I promised the red one to my grandson. Yeah,
Good for you. How
Very
old's
nice.
your grandson?
He's 11.
11. Oh, the time is ripe.
Yeah.
Man,
Great to see him get involved in the sport, too.
Oh, yes.
Got
yes.
the itch.
Is he interested?
A little bit. He's mostly interested in horses. In fact, he's been invited to the Nationals in Las Vegas
Oh, wow.
this year to participate in his age group for.
Really?
It's like a rodeo, or
Oh yes, it's a rodeo.
National finals.
Right.
Well, good for him. That's
That's
awesome.
awesome. And I assume
Quite an
that-
achievement. Something to be real proud
He went
of.
last year and he's going back again this year. So
Now, is he
he's
in
doing
Waco with you guys?
No, he lives in a town called Montgomery, which is south of Waco.
Okay.
It's down there by Huntsville.
Yep.
Yeah,
I know
Montgomery,
where that
Texas.
is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's down there.
It's just west of the Woodlands.
Right. He just came up. It's his second or third time coming up here to go to a car show with me, and he likes the cars.
so what do you haul in the trailer? What's in the trailer?
It's one of these handicap scooters, about as long as the trailer.
That
but
folds
it gets
down.
Yeah, it folds in the trailer, and I ride it around on the car shows and
very
swap
cool.
meets. I can't walk around.
Sure.
So I had to get one of those scooters to ride.
It's
Very
a great
nice.
looking
That's pretty
combination.
cool.
The,
Yeah. Yeah.
I built that trailer myself.
Oh, wow.
Seriously?
I
It
searched around for a trailer,
it's got some of the same curves as the car, so
Right,
you did a real
right.
nice job of it.
and I bought some fenders that look like the fenders
Yeah.
that are on there,
Yeah, exactly.
and put them on the trailer.
Good eye.
Did
Yeah,
you?
good
Did
eye.
you? Is that an aftermarket fender?
Yes, I think it came off of a 41 Ford pickup.
Dude, you'd be hard pressed not to say that is not the same fender as
I
that rear
know.
fender
Yeah,
on that
you have
car.
to look.
Nice.
You have to look real
Got the
close.
same flair at the back.
Let's back up, fellas. He was an architect.
Well, he
So
was
let's back
that.
Got the
up.
eye.
That's what he. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He sees style.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's also the concrete, the lumberman. He's
Yep.
all of those
Yep.
things. And sometimes that transfers, but sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah,
but not upholstery.
But
Not
he doesn't
upholstery.
do.
No
He doesn't do
not
upholstery.
upholstery. I don't do upholstery.
So how long have you had the car now?
Going over about 10 years.
Wow.
10 years. I mean, you haven't had it resprayed or anything.
Yeah, I've had to repaint it.
Oh, you have had.
Yeah,
Okay.
uh-huh.
What
But
color is it?
It's black.
Black. Okay.
Black. Yeah.
I know that was a stupid question,
Well, no,
but I
because
can't
there
tell whether
are a
it's
lot of
dark.
dark greens.
I thought so, Don.
And a lot of blues that
Shut up.
also they're reflected depending on what the sun hits.
Well,
it.
and there's different shades
Yep.
too. So yeah.
The flop.
The flop.
Yeah,
Yeah, the flop.
and, you know, not just the wheels on the car and the trailer, but the spare.
Yeah.
All the wheels are matched on it.
Now let me.
Originally, when you bought a car back in them days and you had the spares on the fenders, it had all 6 tires. The rims looked alike. Was the same, yeah. So I wanted to do the same thing with
Because those fenders are options, because those cars didn't originally come with
these. Yeah.
wheels on the
Not
the
all.
side.
See, okay, that's another thing too. Back in those days, when they were making these kind of cars, they made about 6 different styles. Okay, now you can buy a style without those spares in the fenders,
Right.
You couldn't. And I just like the ones with the spares.
Oh,
in the
I
fender.
agree.
yeah.
I think it really adds a little some panache.
Now,
to
if
the
you didn't
car.
get the spares in the fender, you got a spare on the back side.
Correct.
No,
One.
no, no.
One.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. This one, I believe that you could get 2, one on
Right.
either side.
One on each side.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Now
That's
I
true.
have to ask you
Okay.
about the hood ornament.
That's original.
Oh my God!
Yes, that's
Everybody and his mother would want that.
Oh yes.
I'd like to put that on my car. I got a Corvette.
Now,
It would look good on the Corvette,
yeah.
don't you think?
I think so. I think so. A lot of old big cars had those kind of
Yeah.
hood ornaments.
I know, but
You know, with the woman out there.
the woman
Yeah.
with the wings, yes,
Yes.
yeah. And now, what model is this?
It's a 61 series. Buick
Six-
call it.
Buick
call
61.
it a 61
Because
series.
Cadillac had the
Yeah, they have a series
62,
too.
I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
They have different series.
yes.
James Cagney. This reminds me of.
James Cagney, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is stunningly beautiful. You know, the other thing about those cars, the running boards on them, you just take them for granted but those were there for a purpose, and they were a rust infestation for the rest of the
because
car.
the water puddled on them.
Yeah,
That's
And-
correct.
Yeah, and you know, to have one with all of the original stuff on it, it's truly remarkable. I mean,
Yes,
I
it
love
is.
it. Love
And
that
the
thing.
chrome's perfect for what I can see, the chrome looks perfect.
It is.
on it.
It's in good shape.
Well, chrome and stainless.
Yeah.
A lot
They
of
had
stainless
Yeah,
on
it
it.
was stainless
Right.
back then, but
Yeah.
still, it's
We call it chrome, but a lot of it was stainless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful car.
Well, thank
Now,
you.
are you in competition here today? No. You just show up and enjoy the camaraderie.
Yes.
So not the competition, but camaraderie.
Right. A lot of these guys I haven't seen since last year. So
Yeah.
I like seeing them.
Yeah, you're not the first one to say that. Your chairman of the board said the exact same words.
Same words.
Yeah, exactly. And
kind of a family outing. Everybody's family gets
Oh,
together
yeah.
once a year at the Rod Run.
yeah, well.
You get to see a lot of friends and people that you've seen last year. You don't see 'em.
Okay, now I got to ask you, what are you going to do tonight?
I'm going to go up, take my family out to dinner.
Where are you going to go? You know?
You ever heard of a place called Babes? It specializes in chicken, fried chicken.
No.
I
Is
saw
it-
it. I saw it
it's
on the list of
fantastic.
restaurants.
It's fantastic.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, we went downtown on the square last evening, and we went to a place called Christina's.
Babes is on the it's
on the
surrounding
square?
that area
Yeah.
down there. Yes.
Yeah, there was a couple of sides we didn't really get to.
No, I know. We didn't
Yeah.
get too adventurous.
No.
Well, we were all tired. I mean, the 5-hour trip up here, and it was a long day yesterday. And by the end, once we had a belly full of food, nighty night.
Yep.
There's that. Well, listen, Ben, it's great to talk to you.
Thanks for
And
showing us your
I've
car.
enjoyed it.
What
I
a
really
what
enjoyed
a
it.
wonderful car, and sounds like you got a great family. And
I do.
enjoy the rest of the time.
Okay, and nice meeting you, gentlemen.
Thank
Nice
you,
meeting
sir.
you. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
By the way, everybody, you're on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We thank you for riding with us today. We do have
Ben,
what?
I want to get his headphones
Yeah.
off
Oh,
before
I
he
got-
walks
yeah.
off, and it pulls.
I've got to turn the page here because I don't remember. We're going to do the car clinic.
Okay.
Is that okay with you, Konrad? Are you
Sure.
up to it?
If you let me, I'll go.
Well,
there.
yeah.
You take your time. I get it loaded.
Because
you had asked a couple of weeks ago to do it on crankshafts,
correct.
and I started with piston rings, and then we did pistons last week or 2 weeks ago, and connecting rods last week. So now we're to the crankshaft.
Crankshaft, and because Konrad can get really technical on some of this stuff, let me just start off by saying there are crankshafts, and then there's this new thing. It's not new, but new to me, called a flat plane crank.
And that's what I'm going to show you.
All right.
The difference between a cross plane and a flat plane crankshaft is the two crankshaft designs that are out there. For the most part, cross plane crankshafts dominate, especially in the American V8 engines, while a flat plane typically show up in high-end European exotics and full race cars. The cross plane crankshaft has a rod journal every 90 degrees. And that's what attributes that distinctive rumble that you hear in an American muscle car.
Now, wait just a minute. Run that by me one more time. It has a journal every 90 degrees of what?
Of the pictures will show up, and in the pictures it'll show you a look of what the crankshaft looks like from an end view.
Right.
So every 90 degrees is a
see.
rod journal.
Yes.
In a flat plane crankshaft, it's each rod journal is 180 degrees out. So
they oppose each other.
they oppose each other, but they sequence the firing order in a way that it's continuously pushing the crankshaft around.
So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8?
No, yes, to a degree, but the difference is, you hear, and we heard this 64 Chevy pull in behind us, that rumble you hear in the big engines. When you hear a flat plane crankshaft, it has more of a sewing machine song
Correct,
to it.
yes.
Because everything's pushing in sequence, and you don't get this what I call the oddness of the exhaust pushing against each other,
Right.
which is what creates the rumble. And that's just in the design of how the airflow comes in and out of the engine and how the firing order works.
Well, doesn't a flat plane crank, can it not rev higher than?
It revs a lot higher because it's lighter. When you have the cross plane crank, that 90-degree crankshaft, You have to put a lot of counterbalances
Yeah.
in it, so there's a lot of weight in the crankshaft.
Right, you're
to
spinning
make sure
around in there.
It manages the vibration that it can create.
Yep.
In a flat plane, it's got a lot of what's called primary, or very controlled primary vibration, but it's got a little bit higher secondary vibration. So as the RPMs come up, there can be some vibration in a flat plane crankshaft that you don't see in a typical cross plane crankshaft. But it gets to speed much faster because it's probably about 60% lighter than a cross plane crankshaft, just because they don't have to build so much.
60% lighter?
Just because they don't have to build so much counterbalance journals in it.
And they're forged.
Oh, yeah. But that's where that noise comes from, is because it's endlessly, each firing of the cylinder is just endlessly pushing the crankshaft around, where in a cross-plane crankshaft, you've got one side of the engine pushing, then the other side of the engine pushing. And it's something Keith Black was very famous for in his design or redesign of the Hemi. Was he actually changed the firing order of a Hemi to make more power in the 2 and 7 firing order. He moved those around, and that's why the Keith Black Hemis are that much more powerful.
Can I take an old Chevy V8, let's say a 327, with an old standard crankshaft, and put a flat plane crank in it?
No, because the cradle where the crankshaft goes isn't designed for it. So the flat plane crankshaft is it's more than just the crankshaft. It's pretty much the whole engine.
Yeah.
But, that's what gives that distinctive noise. When you hear that 12-cylinder Ferrari go by at speed, that noise, that sewing machine sound is the flat plane crankshaft that's in it. And that's really where the big difference is. But, you see flat plane crankshafts typically are in high-end Europeans, the V12s, the Ferrari V8s and stuff. But now you're starting to see the domestics starting to use it. Ford put a flat plane crankshaft in the GT350 Mustang about 3 or 4 years ago. And that, if you hear one of those, you know what it is.
Well, you know who has
the
one.
tone,
Or had one. John Gray.
Yeah, because the tone of the engine is different.
Yes, very much.
And now
so.
the new Corvette race car, the C8R, has a flat plane in it, and the new Z06 has a flat plane in it.
So why are they just now introducing that or allowing us to buy that outside of racing?
I think it's because the buying community is more acceptable to that kind of technology. There isn't any durability and dependability issues with it, but technologically it's expensive to build that engine. So now people are willing to pay more. You got to look at a new Z06. Besides all the crazy dealer markup going on, it's north of $100,000.
Right. So how much more money would it add to have a flat plane crank engine?
If you just look at the Corvette itself, it's about $25,000.
$25,000 extra for the motor.
For the regular V8 with the cross-plane crankshaft versus the Z06 with the flat plane. Now, there's a lot of other stuff added to it, but about $25,000 difference, and then the craziness of dealer markup and stuff. So, when you look at the pictures that are popping up, that end view of the crankshaft really shows you the difference of a cross-plane.
I had no
crankshaft.
clue.
Yeah.
No.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Real high technology, and the balance issue is an issue, but it's not a.
Do they still have a harmonic balancer on it?
Oh yeah.
Do they still have a flywheel on it?
Yep, still has a flywheel, and they still have some counterweights on them, but the counterweights are 60% the size of the counterweights that you have on a crossplane.
So
and that's where the weight savings is, and that weight savings in the crankshaft is what allows it to come up in RPMs faster.
Of course,
not
because
as much weight to
you don't have to
Yeah.
move all
so
that
much
mass.
reciprocating weight.
Yeah.
And as well as all that mass, help or lack of mass helps in the fuel performance of it as well.
Well, thank you very much. I always love these segments.
That's pretty cool.
We'll have to come up with something really good next week. Ford Motor Company recalling 125,000 crossovers and trucks in the U.S. due to the risk of an engine compartment fire, according to NHTSA. The recall,
thermal event.
Thermal event, which expands on a similar recall from a year earlier. It covers some Escape and Lincoln Corsair crossovers and Maverick compact pickup trucks manufactured 20 and 23, equipped with a 2.5-liter hybrid plug-in hybrid motor. So that's an ugly thing. The other recalls including, GM, high-voltage battery connections improperly welded on the Cadillac Lyriq at GMC Hummer EV.
No.
Jaguar,
the good news is Lyrics aren't really out there very much yet.
Jaguar Land Rover, high-voltage battery may overheat in the Jaguar I-Pace 2019 through 2024.
Jaguar with a problem? Never heard of it.
Don't even go there.
It's my shocked look.
Yeah, shocked. Improperly secured
From
rear
an electric
seat.
car.
Improperly secured rear seat belt fastener on the Nissan Rogue for 2023. Incorrect load carrying capacity label. Bronco, F-250, and Ranger. Go get me a sticker, and I'll stick it right over the top of that old thing in there.
That's what it is.
For about $100.
$100, yeah.
But you got to bring it to the
You
dealership.
got to take it to the
get
dealer.
there, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, we can't get to that right now.
We're
Give
too
me the
busy.
sticker. Oh
It'll
no,
be
sir,
3
we can't.
weeks.
We can't let you do that yourself. We have to do that. Well, here, can you come and watch me put it on there? No, we can't do that. We have to have a mechanic do that. And they probably get,
Certified, qualified person.
they'd probably get 0.5 hours for putting a sticker on the car.
Yeah. And then it's recalled.
Again, for the second or third time. We would love to hear from you anytime you want to get in touch with us. Shoot us an email. Our address is info@inwheeltime.com.
Or call us at 1-844-6572.
No.
1-843-6572. No.
867-5309. Quick break
use
now, then we're right back.
867-5309.
You're on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show on iHeartRadio.
Everyone at the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, thank you for participating in the best cruise in around and look forward to seeing you again. You'll hear about the next cruise in date right here on In-Wheel Time. Next time you're in the West Houston Energy Corridor area, be sure and stop in at the original Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex at I-10 and Highway 6 or the Katy location on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard. When passing through Beaumont or College Station, stop in and have Lupi's award-winning beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. There's always a celebration at Lupi Tortilla. Lupi Tortilla founder Stan Holt and his wife Sheila are winning racers on the NHRA drag racing circuit and have a collection of hot rods and classics that everyone appreciates. Look for them at the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In. The date will be announced soon and will once again be held at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex on 99 and Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 and Katy. We'll give you all the details right here on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show and online. Donations benefit God's Garage. We'll see you then. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available on the most popular podcast channels out there in 30-minute episodes. We realize our 3-hour live show can be difficult to catch in its entirety, so now you can listen every day to a convenient, fresh 30-minute episode. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Audible, along with a dozen more. In-Wheel Time has the most informative automotive guest interviews and new car reviews, along with popular features including Konrad's Car Clinic and This Week in Auto History, along with automotive news headlines. Our live broadcast airs every Saturday, 8 to 11 Central on InWheelTime.com, the iHeart app, and on YouTube. Be sure to say hello when we're broadcasting from the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, Autorama, and the Houston Auto Show, among others. Now, it's easier than ever to hear about all things automotive all week long. You're invited to join fellow car enthusiasts in becoming part of the ever-growing In-Wheel Time Car Talk family. Don't forget those 30-minute podcast episodes on your favorite podcast channel. That's it for this podcast episode of the In-Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.